Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, we'll be diving into a fascinating and important topic: understanding criminal behavior. We'll explore the origins and influences behind crime and discuss prevention strategies. This presentation offers a comprehensive look at the definitions, theories, and social dynamics that shape criminal activity. I'm excited to take you through this complex subject and shed light on the many factors involved. Let's begin. Criminal behavior is essentially any action that breaks the laws set by society. This can include everything from small violations, like traffic infractions, to major crimes that have serious consequences. It's important to understand where criminal behavior comes from because this knowledge helps us create better prevention strategies and shape policies at work. When we can pinpoint the root causes, it allows authorities and communities to step in early, which not only helps lower crime rates, but also improves overall public safety. When we talk about criminal behavior, we're referring to actions that violate legal codes and lead to prosecution or penalties. These are behaviors that society has identified as unacceptable and punishable by law. It's important to understand that criminal behavior doesn't happen in isolation. It's shaped by a mix of personal factors like an individual's background and mindset, social influences such as family and peer groups, and broader environmental conditions, including community and economic circumstances. By defining what criminal behavior is, we create a clear boundary of what society considers unacceptable. This clarity is essential because it allows us to study why these behaviors occur and what effect they have, ultimately guiding how we respond to and prevent crime. Understanding why people engage in criminal behavior is crucial for several reasons. First, it helps us design better prevention and rehabilitation programs by addressing the root causes rather than just the symptoms. This approach increases the chances of successfully helping individuals avoid reoffending. Second, having solid knowledge on the origins of crime supports policymakers in creating strategies that are backed by evidence, making these policies more effective in reducing crime rates. Third, by identifying key risk factors early on, we can implement targeted interventions that focus resources where they will have the greatest impact. Ultimately, this leads to safer communities and ensures that limited resources are used in the most efficient way possible. All of these points highlight why studying the origins of criminal behavior is so important. Crime is a global issue that impacts societies all around the world, but the types of crime and how frequently they occur can vary greatly depending on cultural, economic, and legal factors in each region. When we narrow our focus to local communities, crime patterns often differ significantly between urban and rural areas, largely shaped by the unique socioeconomic conditions present. Understanding this wide scope, from the global scale to the local, is crucial because it allows us to design and implement prevention strategies that are truly effective and responsive to the specific needs of each community. This recognition is what guides us in addressing crime more thoughtfully and successfully. Learning theory suggests that criminal behavior is not something people are born with, but rather something that is learned through conditioning. Essentially, individuals develop their behaviors by interacting with their environment and experiencing certain consequences. This means that the things happening around us, including rewards and punishments, play a crucial role in shaping how we act over time. By understanding this, learning theories offer a valuable framework for recognizing that crime can be taught and influenced by external factors, rather than being an inherited trait. This perspective helps us see crime from a different angle, focusing on the role of experience and environment. When we talk about classical conditioning in the context of crime, we're referring to how certain cues or stimuli become linked to criminal behavior through learned associations. For example, an individual might begin to associate a particular environment or set of circumstances with the opportunity to commit a crime, which can trigger the behavior automatically over time. On the other hand, operant conditioning focuses on the consequences that follow behavior. If a criminal act is followed by a reward, such as gaining money or status, that behavior is more likely to be repeated. Conversely, if the behavior leads to punishment, like arrest or social disapproval, it tends to decrease. Understanding these two types of learning helps explain why some people might engage in crime repeatedly and others do not. Here, we see some clear examples of conditioning in criminal contexts. First, take the case of a youth learning to shoplift. If they repeatedly receive rewards, like successfully stealing without getting caught, and face little to no consequences, they're more likely to continue that behavior. Then, consider a drug user who starts to associate certain social settings or environments with substance use. These associations can trigger cravings and reinforce the habit. Lastly, operant conditioning plays a big role in why repeat offenders keep committing crimes. If they perceive that the benefits of their actions outweigh the risks or consequences, they're more likely to repeat those behaviors. This highlights just how crucial it is for the justice system to implement effective consequences to encourage behavior change. When we talk about social learning and peer influences, one of the key ideas is that people often pick up criminal behavior by watching and copying others, especially their peers. This process is called modeling, and it's really important because if someone sees a behavior being rewarded or accepted within their social group, they're much more likely to adopt that behavior themselves. Peer interactions play a huge role here, as they can make deviant or criminal action seem normal or even encouraged, which strengthens the individual's tendency to engage in those behaviors. Finally, the acceptance of certain behaviors within a group increases the chances that these actions will be repeated and reinforced, creating a cycle where criminal behavior becomes a norm.